Thank you for tuning in to On Time Cooking, season finale number 3. And today we are with Maestro John Dixon. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you for asking. And with Bernadette Brown. How are you, Bernadette?
I'm good tonight, thank you.
Very good. I'm excited to introduce our guest tonight. Is Rick Castell. How are you, Rick?
I'm very well, man. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And On Time Cooking with Haley Schnell. Hi, Haley.
Hello.
I'm excited. What are you cooking tonight?
Tonight we're going to be doing chicken or beef enchiladas. So you have a choice tonight. I'm going to show you how you can make it with either white meat or red meat. And then we're also going to do a kind of spiced up, easy, simple Spanish rice.
Excellent. I'm excited. Season number 4 will have a lot of gluten-free.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. All right, guys. Enjoy.
Alright, so the first thing that I want to go ahead and get started is I already have some ground beef going. This is going to be for the beef enchiladas. I just started this with a little bit of olive oil, garlic, onions, and our ground beef. In this pan, what I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm going to start off with some onions and also some garlic. I'm going to go ahead and add some fresh garlic. And then I have a shredded rotisserie chicken. You can go ahead and poach the chicken for these. For the sake of time, in 30 minutes, I love using a rotisserie chicken. It makes it so simple and quick. But you can definitely use boiled chicken or any kind of leftover chicken that you have at home that you can shred. So I'm
one of my favorite now, the garlic. It's one of my favorite.
You need garlic. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this browned up a little bit.
So while you are doing that, Haley, we're going to again welcome our guest, Rick Castell. Rick, welcome. We're glad you're here.
I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
We would love to hear what keeps you busy. We would like to know a little bit more.
Well, I'm a theater person, live theater.
Wow.
I'm an actor, direct, produce.
Exciting.
I keep busy a lot.
Exciting.
A lot.
Exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Exciting.
It's a totally different experience than film or videos. If you're making a video or film of any kind, the director says, cut, take 2. So you keep doing it until you get it right. Live theater, there is none of that.
Oh, that sounds just like our live show here, right?
Well, that the live show is, no matter how much it's rehearsed, every night is a different show.
It is.
And
absolutely.
That's what makes it exciting to do that, and you get the immediate response from the audience.
Absolutely.
You can do a film, maybe millions of people will see it, but you don't know. You don't know what they're doing. So
that's exciting.
That's the excitement of live theater.
That is exciting. How long have you been doing this?
Oh, only about 12 years.
Not too long then.
Late in my life, pretty much after I retired from being in sales for many, many years. I discovered this, and it just keeps.
And it's a love.
It is a love.
I love this.
Absolutely.
This is wonderful. Do you like to cook?
I love to cook.
Oh, this is
I
good.
have favorite recipes of mine, so
Perfect.
I'm excited to be here.
I am glad you're here. We're all glad. This is exciting. Enjoy.
I will.
Enjoy.
All right, now to each meat mixture, I'm going to go ahead and add just about a spoon or 2 full of tomatoes and green chilies. So this is just going to add a little bit of flavor, color, a little bit of heat to both meat mixtures. You can definitely skip this part if you don't like any heat. You can definitely add more green chilies if you like a little bit more heat to your enchiladas. So then after that, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and add some enchilada sauce. And I do want to cook this down so it gets a little bit thicker. We don't want our meat sauce to be really watery because we do have to roll these and we don't want them to break apart the tortillas. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of enchilada sauce. Now this part you can also pour like on top of the mixture when you're rolling them, but I like everything to kind of be mixed through, but again it's preference. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cook the meat mixtures down with that enchilada sauce to get it all nice and coated and give it a lot of flavor.
Haley, is this something that you grew up doing, your mom?
My mom did make enchiladas. I feel like I got more into, I made baked chimichangas on here once.
Yes.
I got into more of these dishes when I was in college because you can make a lot of them at once. Pop them in the fridge, they stayed good for a long time. You can heat them up really easy, and they're pretty affordable to make. So this is definitely something that I got into making more in my college years, but something that definitely stayed with it. But it's great for kids.
Let me think.
It's great for kids too because you can go ahead and make a lot at once and leftovers.
sounds really good. Again, it smells good in here. We always say that. We have smell-o-vision here, but we don't. It smells super. We've got your mom here again, Haley.
Oh, hey, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. I'm going to say hi to Nicole.
All right, so I'm just gonna let these kind of simmer just so that sauce does thicken up just a little bit. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my tortillas ready for wrapping. I do have my oven already preheated at 425. And I am using corn tortillas. You can use flour tortillas for this, totally acceptable.
Okay.
But what I do with the corn tortillas is I lightly fry them in some vegetable oil. It's gonna make them a little bit more pliable. Also gonna make them a lot easier to wrap, and they won't break apart when you put them in the oven, which is really important.
That's a real good tip. I didn't know that. Have you ever made these?
I'm not tortilla. I have made tacos.
Okay.
And I do the same thing to prepare the tortilla the same way.
Perfect.
Just put it in oil first to firm it up.
That's a great idea. Great idea. So we have a little fun fact here about the early history of the enchilada. If I'm saying that correctly, I think I am. I'm not sure. But there is strong evidence that the enchiladas came from the Mayans, by the way. And it was first associated from a region in Mexico by the Yucatan in the pre-Columbian days. They were like a staple of the Mayan people, and they used to actually roll fish in them at the very beginning, which is interesting to me.
I feel like you can make these super simple if you wanted to do them with just like chicken strips.
Yes.
With kids, you could totally just do the chicken strips in there.
Yes.
Kind of spice it up a little bit. All right, so now that these meat mixtures are done, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the beef. So what I'm gonna do is I do wanna get my cheese ready, because that is something important in these mixtures. Can't be an enchilada without cheese, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna just do a little layer of cheese, and then I'm just gonna do a little bit of my beef mixture.
Do you have any questions for her that's interesting for you, Rick, while you're watching?
I'm fascinated. I love food, and so I see what she's doing. And
you always want to lay them seam down so they don't pop up on you while you're...
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and keep rolling these up. So kind of boring, but you can make a lot of them at once, like I said. I feel like these would be great for like a tailgate or a party, something like that, because you can make a lot at one time.
That's a good idea.
Can you make enough of these in advance and put them in a freezer?
Yeah, you can freeze these, yeah. So they're good for meal prep if you want to do a healthified version of them.
I did not know that you could freeze them. That's a good tip.
A lot of the things that I make in big quantities. It's just me, and I have a big freezer. So when I make something, I make a lot of it.
Perfect.
Something that freezes.
Perfect.
And so when I want it, I just pop it out and it's ready to go.
Makes life easy.
It does make life real easy.
Real easy. So Haley, I'm going to give you a little bit over 22 minutes right now. I'll let you know your time.
Perfect.
You're doing beautifully.
You might have to fry up some more of these, which is really simple. I can show you guys how to do that too.
Looks absolutely delicious.
You know, I saw a recipe the other day for enchilada casserole, and I was thinking about that. I was talking with my friend who's from Wisconsin too. Were casseroles a big deal for you up north? I feel like
they are.
Everywhere was casseroles, and I have like, I'm not a casserole fan, and I think that's why, because they're everywhere in the Midwest, and I was looking at it, and it was an enchilada casserole. I don't know, I like my enchiladas just normal, though.
I know, there's a lot of casseroles up north. Did you find that?
Oh, sure. My mother made casseroles.
All the time.
All the time.
It says everything leftover was made into a casserole, I think. Which is not the bad thing.
It's not. But yeah, you can see how easy these roll because I've already fried them, so they're not going to break apart on you. When you're using a corn tortilla, they do break apart a lot easier, but if you find you're having issues with that in other recipes, go ahead and try lightly frying them, and that should solve all your problems.
We have Gianna here, by the way.
Hello, Gianna.
Hi to Alex from Arkansas.
That's exciting.
Welcome, thank you. And Brooke is here again. She loves to visit our cooking show.
Well, thank you so much for coming back. How was it last week with your guest chef?
Oh, we had a lot of fun. We missed you, number one, Haley. But it was fun. He did a wonderful job. We had a great meal. So we're looking for you to get the ultimate 5 today.
I mean, I can only hope, right? It's season 3 finale.
Exactly.
I have redeemed myself the past couple weeks. I was getting a little shaky there, so.
No, it's a finale. We're going to get a 5 today. Absolutely.
Just depends on what mood El Maestro's in.
Monster Chef.
Monster Chef.
Hello, Christopher. Christopher is and Geraldo, they're both visiting us too. So welcome. Thank you.
It's a lot.
Nice to have you aboard.
And I like these too because you can really get creative with the fillings. You could add more vegetables if you wanted to make it healthier. You could definitely add different kinds of meats. You could do a meat mixture with different. You could do beef and chorizo and everything.
Sounds delicious. Have you ever done all vegetables?
No, but you can make these actually vegetarian really easily with black beans. I've seen people do bean cheese and veggies, and that's a really easy vegetarian dish too. So these are actually, I mean, if you use corn tortillas, they're gluten-free, so this would actually be, considering if you use all the toppings that are gluten-free, this would also be a really easy gluten-free meal. So it's just a nice thing to keep in mind for all of those gluten-free people out there that we will be incorporating next season.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to coming back next season, by the way, everyone. Please still keep liking us, loving us, watching us, sharing us, and you can donate to us too.
All right, so I think that's probably good for the amount of beef. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this enchilada sauce, a little bit that I have left, and I'm also going to open up a whole other can of this, and I'm just gonna lightly, because I don't like enchiladas to be super soppy, so I don't put as much sauce as other people. Some people will put sauce on the bottom of the pan. I like them a little bit crispier, but to each their own. Like a lot of my recipes, you can definitely modify them to how you like. So I'm gonna go ahead then and add a little bit more. And then I'm going to add some.
She's taking. Is she going to put this in the oven?
Yes.
This whole.
So then I want to top this with a generous amount of cheese, because I mean that's what makes it a really good enchilada. And I am from Wisconsin, so you know I go ham on the cheese.
I was just going to say you have a tie to it.
All right. So I'm just going to go ahead, and then I'm just going to do the same thing, and we're going to get started with the chicken. So again. This is a really easy way to go ahead and customize these. Like if you're cooking for people who you have vegetarians, people eat white meat, red meat.
Right.
Really easy way to go ahead and do that. And then once I pop these in, I'm going to show you how you can kind of spice up a really easy rice recipe.
Oh, that sounds very good. This is something great that you can do for like a group of people coming over for an evening or something. What a great evening. Nice and quick. And
it's easy. I was going to say it's easy and it's fast.
Absolutely. 30 minutes.
Couldn't take that.
30 minutes. So since we have some people on tonight, what has been your favorite recipe this season?
Okay, so we're going to ask our viewers, absolutely, share your favorite recipe with us. We would love to know. I don't know if I have a favorite. They were all so individually delicious. I don't know if I can choose a favorite. They were all so good.
I don't even remember. I feel like it's just a days between what I make on this show, what I make during the week for myself.
I am asking that question to everyone right now. Anyone watching us? Yeah, share with us.
And have you tried any of these recipes yourself at home? And have they been hits or have they been misses?
Oh, I'm sure they've been hits. I'm sure they have. So Haley, you're about 16 minutes.
Okay.
About another minute.
We got some time. We got some time.
Yeah, right in our halftime time there. Pretty soon. Haley, do you prefer the corn tortillas over the...
It just, honestly, for me, it depends.
Okay.
It depends on the dish. For like my chicken chimichangas, I like the whole wheat flour ones. I prefer those.
Okay.
It's just, I'm weird. I don't know. But I mean, either way, it's a tortilla. It's still delicious, you know?
Right. Well, Christopher shared that this is his favorite recipe.
Well, thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that.
We got an answer already. Thank you, Christopher. That means you need to go cook it, Christopher, and share it with us.
Yeah, if you've cooked any of my recipes, I would love to see the pictures. That would obviously be very flattering.
That would be.
Probably flattering to my mom too, because let's be honest, half my recipes are her recipes.
Exactly, I know, right?
Hello, hello.
Hello, Vaughn.
Hi, Rick. How are you?
I'm good. I'm wonderful.
Good to see you again.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. What is this, Haley?
These are enchiladas that I am rolling up right now. I've got the beef ones already set aside.
And how did you come up with this recipe?
This recipe was something I kind of cooked a lot in college. It was something I could make obviously a lot at one time. Heats up well. I think this might have came from like a Rachel Ray meal, and then I kind of put my own twist on it. If I'm right, I think that might be it, yeah.
Glad I brought 6 of my best friend here tonight because there's a lot of food here.
There's a lot of food, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and fry up a couple more tortillas just so we can use up that last of that chicken.
So how are you gonna present my dish?
Well, I'm gonna present your dish like a boss, and I'm gonna give you a little platter, a sample platter, so you can have a chicken, a beef. I'm gonna put some Spanish rice on the side for you.
Spanish rice. Okay, sounds like you got this going on. So, Maestro, what are we listening to? The season 4 opener as a solo? Not yet. We're still working on that. Come on, man. 3 more weeks, boss. Okay. All right, Bernadette, I'll let you talk to Mr. Rick Castell. Let's take a break, guys. Thank you. Música, Maestro.
Beautiful. So Rick, again, we want to thank you for being here. We understand that you actually worked with our producer, Director Vaughn.
Yes, I did. I was just finished 2 weeks ago producing a big festival of one-act plays. 10 plays. And Van was one of our directors. We have 10 plays. We need 10 directors, and Van was one of our directors.
Exciting.
And he's kind of getting also new to live theater as well.
Exciting.
So it's exciting for him. It was exciting for me to see this and be part of this. And so I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you again so much. We're going to listen to some fabulous music right now, so take it away. Thank you.
Are we back?
We're back.
All right, so I'm just...
We're here. Okay, Haley, you're on your back.
Back end.
Pretty much the back end of 11 minutes right now.
All right, so on this, I'm blanking on the name right now, on the stove, I'm gonna go ahead and get some olive oil and some onions and green peppers and garlic started. This is gonna be for our rice.
Okay.
So I already have some Spanish rice cooked in this dish right here. So just the Uncle Ben's, really simple, straightforward. You don't have to take a ton of time to cook your rice.
Okay.
But I'm going to show you kind of like how I did with my Mediterranean rice. I think that was actually my favorite dish.
That might have been, you just reminded me of that because we've had so many. You've reminded me of that. That was, we've had so many good meals. It's so hard to pick a favorite. They're so delicious.
I know.
They really are.
I'm just going to add the rest of my onions into there.
What makes this a Spanish rice?
Spanish rice, like unlike like just normal white jasmine rice, is going to have a lot more flavor. A lot of times you see it cooked with sazon or just a bunch of spices.
Okay.
Usually there's going to be like garlic, peppers, onions, sometimes black beans. I don't know if you've ever had gallo pinto.
I have.
You know, so it's just a little bit, I kind of call it like rice jazzed up a little bit.
There you go. That's a good one. So we're going to have some jazzed up rice tonight.
Exactly.
Wonderful. I always wondered what made it Spanish rice. Even though I've eaten it, I didn't know quite what made it Spanish rice.
And this is just kind of how I fry the tortillas, so I mean nothing fancy. I just wanted to go ahead and fill the pan because we obviously have a lot of ingredients. A lot of people we're cooking for tonight.
Yes, you are. We want to welcome our visitors in the other room right now, viewing us. So we'll say hello to them and welcome, and we thank them for being with us. If anyone would like to be a viewer on the next season, contact On Time Cooking because we'd love to have you a part of us.
Yes, we love having new guests. It's always such a treat when we get to meet new people.
Absolutely, and it's a treat for them to taste the wonderful food too.
Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that one off the heat. Go ahead and turn that heat off completely. Just going to stuff these last ones and pop them in the oven. I already popped the beef ones in. I am going to go ahead and turn the broil on in just a second, just because I want that cheese to get nice and melty.
Okay.
How am I doing on time, Bernadette?
I'm just looking, and you're just a little over 8 minutes right now.
Okay, perfect.
So, yeah, great timing.
All right.
It's fun to see something come together in this time, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
And I've got some cilantro that I'm going to top
It's a lot of
all
fun.
of this with. One last one. Give that one a good roll.
It's delicious.
All right, and then I'm just going to take the rest of that enchilada sauce, top that, and then last but not least, we got our cheese.
Cheese.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with the cheese. Where are you originally from, Rick?
I'm originally from Chicago.
Chicago. Okay.
Midwestern.
Good eating.
Another place with lots of great food.
Good food.
We have
Very good food.
Just gonna add a little bit more cheese because why not, right?
Why not? Don't even ask. I'm good with it.
All right. And you can use any cheese you want. Like Monterey Jack would be good. I used a Mexican blend.
Right.
Pepper Jack. Anything with a little bit of flavor or heat would be really good on this. All
Sounds
right.
delicious. So Haley, you're at 7 minutes now, so you are still doing absolutely
Awesome.
wonderful.
So then I'm just gonna go ahead. I have some green peppers, onion, garlic going in here. I'm gonna go ahead and just take some of my rice from in here, and I'm gonna just start kind of mixing it in. This is not necessarily a traditional way to make Spanish rice, but it's a quick way, which is kind of what our show is about.
There you go. And that's what this is about. Some good
Well,
quick
this
meals.
is a really good way too that you can kind of trick kids.
And that's just plain white rice.
This is actually just like an Uncle Ben's, not sponsored.
But we would love that.
I would love that.
We'll ask for that one.
Yeah, and you can just kind of mix it all together then. Add a little bit of vegetables color to this.
Right. Have you ever had enchiladas?
Dash, you've never had
I just
enchiladas?
thought I would ask.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Think about it for a while.
Okay. Will you have an answer when we're done?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll let you know next week.
Okay. Okay. You're at 6 minutes, Haley.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna kind of let this cook down a little bit, and I'm gonna start thinking about plating.
Yes.
So I'm gonna get my cilantro because that will be our nice green to top this all off with. And this can be kind of messy, so I do want to take my time plating tonight.
Absolutely. Perfect.
A white plate would be nice with this. Take a peek at these bad boys in here. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and pull out the beef ones because I do want to have enough time for these to kind of set and cool.
Getting hungry?
Yes. It all looks
It's hard to sit here.
It all looks delicious.
It does. It's not easy sitting here and watching.
I'm gonna put these right back here.
Okay.
So those look perfect.
That smells good.
All right, so now we can just hang out for a little bit before we get started. Those chicken enchiladas should come out of the oven real quick. You can always cover them with tin foil too. That will make them melt a little bit faster, but we actually don't need the time today.
You
I actually have some time to chill. I'm like,
you made a lot of people hungry here. They all want to come and eat.
well, they should.
Your mom, Jenny, liked the Parmesan crusted fish with the Mediterranean rice that we mentioned before. Brooke liked the veggie spaghetti that we had.
Oh, the zoodles.
Yes, but you know what? Nicole hit it. She hit my favorite meal. I know what it was now. She reminded me of the black bean burgers.
Oh, yeah.
That was a top one. Yes. Thank you, Nicole. I forgot all about that one. I've eaten so much. I can't remember.
I'm gonna plate the rice in here.
That's delicious.
I think.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
I can give you a trick.
Okay. All right. I love a trick, Paula.
I don't know if it'll work, but pile all that in here and then you flip it upside down.
I wasn't even thinking like that. Yes. I think I will go ahead and do that. I'm gonna check on the chicken enchiladas real
Chinese
quick.
restaurants.
Oh, have you seen that? But you,
Yeah, that's
yeah, and
when
then
you
it
put a
places
bowl
them.
of rice on top.
You got it. Or the little ramekins.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I'm just gonna broil those real quick just so the cheese gets all nice and melty.
Pizza.
All right. So these are gonna be real messy, so I'm gonna start getting these out. So I think I'll give him one beef and one chicken. That sounds good, right?
Yes. That's perfect. My choice. You are at 3 minutes.
I should be able to get this
Will
out.
I be able to get a copy of this recipe?
Absolutely. We are going to have
Okay.
copies of all the recipes that we have done through every season, so we will have those posted for you on On Time Cooking. Absolutely.
Okay, so we got the one beef
Absolutely.
enchilada.
And then
go
you should
ahead.
try the recipe.
I'm going to.
Yes.
This
Absolutely.
is the kind of stuff that I like to cook.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
It was
And eat.
It was neat. I was going to say, that's the other part of it. Okay, Miss Haley, you're at 2
All right.
minutes.
And these turned out just as beautiful and perfect.
Oh, that looks absolutely
Let's
wonderful.
go ahead.
Oh my golly.
Set these on here.
I
My
can feel
mitts.
myself being full.
All right. Let's try and get.
If any of our viewers, Brooke joined us with a 4. Anyone else have any ratings from 1 to 5? Please join in. Miss Haley is at less than 2 minutes right now.
Okay.
It smells so good.
All right, let's try this out, Paula.
I was going to say flip fast and just don't worry about what's flying.
Oh,
Beautiful.
okay.
Beautiful.
There you
Top that with a
go.
little bit of cilantro.
Beautiful.
Get your ratings.
Nice. That's what she's
Okay,
looking
Dash.
for.
All right.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. You've got a 5 and a 5. Wonderful.
5 for a flip.
Ooh, it's
That's
giving me
right.
the 5s. All right, so
That's
this
right.
cheesy, saucy goodness,
Oh, look at that.
we're gonna go ahead and just plate that. I'm gonna go ahead and top this as
wanna
well
come
with
and
some
be a guest more
cilantro.
often.
I'll be here every day.
There you go. Oh, that's wonderful.
Clean up
I
my
love
plate.
Any more ratings? Just keep them coming in. Thank you so much for those ratings. We appreciate it. And you are just a little bit, almost 40 seconds,
All
and
right, I'm just gonna last minute clean up this
we're ready to
plate.
impress. That looks really nice, Haley.
I know.
Beautiful.
I kind of want to take a picture before
Yeah, you need
Ron
to
comes
take a
out.
photo. We need to
and
get our
destroy
pictures.
this.
Yeah, he'll.
Do I have enough time to take a picture?
Yes, you've got 25 seconds.
25 seconds.
25. Get that photo.
All right.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay.
All
You
right, I
did
think I finished just in
great.
time.
Look at that.
Hey, you should ding your own bell.
Go
Where is
ahead.
it?
Here. Go. That's yours.
So what is this?
Deliciousness. Some cheesy, saucy goodness.
Who's drinking?
Is that your phone? Yeah, we have to shut it off.
I've turned mine off. This is not mine. This is not mine.
It's not her.
This is not mine.
No.
No, I turned it off.
Oh, it's the timer. It's the timer.
Yes.
It's the timer.
What happened to the
It's the
car?
timer.
Anyway, this is good.
It's music.
Oh, amazing. You got the rating up?
I've got the rating so far. Yes, sir. I
Why
do.
is it not amazing? What is it missing?
I think they miss a third piece. You
A
know?
what? A third piece?
Yes. The rule of third, man. It's always a winner.
Get him a glass of water.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find number. I'm trying to find number. Presentation 5.
Ooh, okay. Hold on.
Originality 4.
Okay.
Taste is 4.
What is it missing?
One more piece. I think.
Taste.
In 30 minutes? You're crazy.
That's something.
Taste is 4.
Something for you to think about in 3 weeks off.
Okay.
4.57.
Alex, 4.5. What?
4.57.
4.57. Hey, that's a lot of numbers.
That is a lot of number.
Yeah, you beat the real chef from last week. So, anyways, we're coming back for season 4.
Yes.
We are.
We are getting some donation. Anyways, Ellie, close the show. See you in season 4.
Alright. We will see you in season 4. Thank you so much to everybody who tunes in every week to watch us. We hope you will join us next season. I hope you've enjoyed all my recipes from this season. Definitely let me know if you have enjoyed them as much, if you've tried them out. And make sure to give us a thumbs up. Go like us on Instagram,
Please.
Facebook. Go check out our webpage. And thank you so much again. And we look forward to seeing you guys for season 4. Crazy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Special presentation produced by VPN Foundation, Central Florida, preserving, streaming, and continuing the legacy of original music in Florida. Benefiting art education for children.
Welcome to Island Time. Here's your host, Scott Ramsey, the Beach Bum Pirate.
Working at the office and it's almost every day. She always had a smile and she always knew just what to say. But I never found time for the question. Opportunities that never arose. Now she's on the next plane out of his life. That's just how it goes. She saw him every night at the local beach bar where she worked. He looked like just a guy to get her out of his life of boredom. Together they live like pirates, sailing through the tropical sea, looking for treasure on island, but she knows that's only a dream. 'Cause in another place, in another town, well, I would be yours, you would be mine. We would be living in a fantasy inside our mind. In another place, in another town, walking the beach with a glass of wine. Well, I would be yours, you would be mine in another place. Now we bought up those moments when we see someone special walk by me. Always too scared just to take a chance, just to say hi. Well, it's never quite as good as it gets. It's always something new to explore. We try to live with no regrets, but we never stop wishing for more. 'Cause in another place, in another time, well, I would be yours, you would be mine. We would be living in a fantasy inside my mind. In another place, in another town, walking the beach with a glass of wine. Well, I would be yours, you would be mine. In another place, in another town, walking the beach with a glass of wine. Hey.
Hi, I'm Scott Ramsey, the Beach Bum Pirate, your host for Island Time. Join me as I interview local musicians and talent around town, bringing paradise to you with local music and local talent. From the VPN Foundation, this is Island Time. Hi, Paula.
Hi, Scott. How's it going?
I am doing well, and I have to say, oh my God, this wonderful, beautiful background is so cool.
Pretty? I know.
I'm so glad that you got that. It's so pretty.
It looks more like y'all are sitting on the, or you will be sitting on the beach, because the other one, the perspective was off. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, I like the palm trees growing out of my head there. That's great.
It's like
I like
cleaning
that.
your ears
I
out.
want to
It's
see
good.
birds flying. I have to bring Jack up here sometime. One of these days, I'll bring Jack in.
I keep asking you.
I will. I'm going to bring Jack in. So how's
For
things
those
been?
of you who don't know, that is his pet parrot. So.
Yeah, I have a parrot named Jack. A lot of people know Jack, and my neighbors know him very well.
I'm sure, because he's loud,
He's
right?
extremely loud.
Oh dear.
You can. I got neighbors down the street that actually think we're killing babies. So It's not a pretty thing in the neighborhood.
No, it's not.
We had to convince them otherwise. I mean,
Yeah.
the neighbor association, it was a horrible thing, but we're all good now.
I was gonna say most pets have something funny about them like that. My cat yowls in the middle of the night, so.
By the way, I love Nike. Nike's
She's
a great
sweet.
cat. And the little connection there is Nike's now playing with one of Jack's tails.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So it's
Though
nice.
I think that if Jack ever met my cat, he would eat her alive, maybe.
Yeah, Jack is a small dinosaur. I got a friend of mine who's actually in town right now, and he won't get close to him because he says that he's a small dinosaur. And I got Jack to do, he'll hold his claw up and he'll go, "Arr," which is kind of cool because he kind of thinks he's a little dinosaur.
Nice.
But it's not true, not true. So we're starting the second season of Island Time. How about that?
Definitely.
Little clap. Hey!
Wait, I have applause. Hold on.
Oh, is that applause? That's cool. Hey,
Yeah.
with cheesy applause is what it's worth. Because I
Exactly.
mean, hey, that's
Why
what
not?
it is. We got a show. We're on second season. We got 8 episodes coming up. We got a lot of good guests. Don't want to say anything yet. We'll talk about them as they come close. But we've got some cool guests coming up. So we're really happy about that. Also, VPN Foundation now has 4 shows running. Right.
Yep.
They've got now. I've got
2 of them right now.
I've got a list of them now. I know that the Mix and Mingle's on Tuesday at 9s, right? And who hosts Mix and Mingle?
That would be Stacy Dennison.
Stacy Dennison.
Yep.
Very cool. And that's at Tuesdays at 9.
I believe so.
I actually watched one of those shows and commented because they were talking about rum. I was real quick on that. On Time Cooking, which will be tonight at 10 o'clock.
Exactly. I have that season.
And
4
there's
of On
there's
Time
the season
Cooking.
4 of
Yep,
On
there
Time.
it
And tonight's special guest
is the mayor.
is the mayor of Tarpon Springs.
I know.
He's going to be one of the commentator
yes,
things
yeah.
to sit there and
He'll
tell
be in the hot
Haley
seat
she
all
needs
night
to quick.
long.
Oh, that's going to be so fun. That's pretty cool. And then also I heard that Dash and a special guest of Sarasota Slim is going to close the show out with some blues music.
Yep.
That's going to be cool.
It is. Hopefully we all fit in our kitchen, so we'll see.
No, that should be fun though. Yeah, that's cool. And do you what food is Haley making tonight?
I got to admit that I only really looked at the tagline of the email and it said Greek, so that's as far
Well,
as I know.
that would be good for the mayor of
Exactly.
Tarpon Springs,
So I have
obviously.
not made the recipe card
So it's going to be
yet, so I
some
don't
sort
know.
of a Greek cuisine, I believe. That'd be nice. I had a Greek salad the other day. Well, it really wasn't Greek; it just had Greek dressing, but it was very tasty. And so, other than that, also y'all have meal prep with Steph. Is that right?
Yep.
And how's that going? How many? That's into the first season as well, right?
Yep, I think we're in the 2nd or 3rd episode for that one.
Yeah.
So for people that don't have time to cook all the time, you can.
Now, does the meal prep actually make the food preparations for On Time?
It does not. There are 2 separate menus, and I have to admit that the food that she makes after she's done doesn't last very long because we all eat it. So,
Of course.
You know.
I see that. I've been here for it a couple
Yeah.
times. Yes, it's very, very good.
So same thing with meal prep with Steph. She's done and it gets devoured. So.
And I understand that we have a new spokeswoman for VPN Foundation,
We do Audrey Love.
Audrey
She's-
Love.
Check
Yeah.
her out because we're going to be posting new videos from her every week. So.
Oh, cool. And she's going to be sending out newsletters to subscribers, I'm assuming, or something like that?
Yes, I don't know. It's sort of work in progress. So.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, it sounds like that VPN's Foundation is going very strong, very well, and I have to say it's very nice to be a part of it. So I'm hoping that people keep up and they subscribe to our news. We got our VPN Foundation on YouTube.
Yep,
And if you
YouTube's the best place to go.
That's the best place to go and subscribe. And
Yeah, we need 100 subscribers so that I can have an actual YouTube channel name.
very cool. So that's what we need to do.
I
We
can't
need
tell people
so
youtube.com/blog.
which camera am I looking at? This one right here. This
Where
one
are
right
you?
there. I'm right
The
there.
one down there, yeah.
Okay, look, people. We need you to go out and tell your friends to subscribe to the YouTube channel VPN Foundation so that we can get 100 subscribers, and then we have a real channel. Then we can bring more of this wonderful entertainment to you, the people out there, because that's what we're here for. We're here for you. That's right. Isn't that right?
It is.
That's
It
what it
totally
is.
is.
Also, if you're watching the show live on Facebook, please take the time to comment, say anything you want on the bottom there, and at the end of the show, we will be answering comments, questions, or any kind of remarks that you may have. Try to keep them lighthearted. I mean, we're not going to just say everything, but we'll do our best to answer questions and stuff. If you got to say what you want to say, say out to any of us, or a shout out, or anything like that, then make sure you do that. Also, I did want to say a shout out to the Still House. I'm playing there on Saturday, And Dakota, the guy who helps make some of the beer there, has come up with a beer that I don't drink beer. People know I drink rum. Goat rum, by the way. And,
oh, wait, I have something for that too. Oh, look.
Ooh, look at that. Code rum. Keep to the code. Keep to the code. Code rum. Available at B21 now. And you can actually order it from B21 across America.
That's cool.
So that's kind of cool. Also, Total Wine and ABC Liquors. But anyways, I lost my train of thought. Where was I going?
I'm not sure. We do have a musical guest on
the
wing here.
I guess I should get back to that. Okay. Okay, so we have a musical guest. Our first guest of the season is somebody that I'm very excited to have. This is a person that I have known since back in the day of the Witches Brew open mics back in Palm Harbor, and that was where I started playing out with a lot of the other musicians, and he was there with everybody else there, and I think you all knew him as well, and a lot of friends of mine that are out there, they are all talking about that. Vlad
the Imperial?
Imperial. Vlad the Imperial at Stillhouse, sorry. But anyways, before we get started, I'd like to get Evan up here. This is the guy, Evan French, and I hope that you all enjoy this wonderful songs that he's got 2 original songs that he's going to be playing today, and the first one, Evan?
Stole My Girl.
Stole My Girl. So people, Evan, take it away.
All right. Hey, stole my girl. Hey, stole my girl. She's a beautiful girl. You stole my girl. Well, I really love her so. I really love her so. Her departure's killing me slow. 'Cause I really love her so. Hey, you stole my girl. Hey, stole my girl. She's a beautiful girl. You stole my girl. Stole my girl. Hey, you stole my girl. She's a beautiful girl. You stole my girl. Well, I really love her so. I really love her so. Her departure's killing me slow. 'Cause I really love her so. Thank you.
That was awesome. Well, come on over here, Evan.
All right.
Got this.
All right, let's see here. Working on getting everything set up. And there you are, Mr. Scott Ramsey.
Yeah,
You in the act trying to clean up.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to do things. It's good to see you, Evan. How are you?
Good to see you too, Scott.
That was a great song, "Stole My Girl." You know,
Thank you.
I know that. Now, did you write that recently?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say that you've got this. I mean, you know, I'm one of the ones who's a fan of your style. I think that you have a style that is ever changing and it's becoming more apparent every time I see you play. You have this, you know, Ramones. I know that the Ramones are a big influence on you.
They are,
and I know Dylan is as well. But the style that you play is very similar to their style, and with that song, after listening to that song, I mean, you can really hear it, like almost what is it? Femin. I can't think of the name now. But
it does remind me a little bit of "I Want to Be Your Boyfriend" by the Ramones.
Right.
Only it's so sadder.
Yeah, and it's like I say, it's you got a great style, and I think it's
Thank
it's really
you.
done really
People
good.
always tell me that every time somebody sees me, it's typically like that. It's a few weeks later, a few months later, whenever, and they always tell me every time, you sound better than the last time that I heard you.
Well, it's good. I mean, we always want to try to progress as best as you can, and I mean,
Of
and I
course.
think you've really done well in the last little bit. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you've been playing out a couple gigs, right?
Yeah.
And where have you played?
Well, I don't know if I should start with the recent one or the first one, because I've done 3 gigs in total this year, and I'm proud of each one. But I guess I'll go with the first one, since it was definitely the one that was most memorable.
And where was that?
It was at Rick Daddy's Eating Fresh, excuse me, on Lakeview Road in either Seminole or Clearwater, something like that.
Probably in the middle, like there. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an interesting thing. I mean, I delivered to them and everything. I delivered their Cuban bread, so that was how that came about. He wanted to, Rick, he wanted to start getting some musicians to start playing on the back patio on the weekdays, have like a patio event where people come and eat, and socialize, and like it would be like background music, as he was saying. But I actually, I really, gave it my best as if it really was a gig, and people were doing so well that I did so well that people apparently went in there and asked when I was going to be playing again.
Did you get to play back? Have you played there again?
Not yet, because it's been very hot this summer, and it's outside.
And what was the other 2 gigs?
The second one after that was at a place called St. Pete Artworks on Central Avenue. Now that one, to me, I loved the most, because it was in an art gallery, and I thought that was very cool. I'm like a work of art myself.
And how long did you play your gig there?
That one, the first one at Rick Daddy's was only 2 hours, and then the second one was it was actually a full 3 hours.
Nice. It was very cool, very cool. And then the third gig that you did?
That one was at Naughty Nancy's, common stomping ground for our favorite Harvey
Myers.
Everybody
knows Naughty Nancy's. That's great.
Yeah, but that one there, it just kind of got cut short because there was just not much of anybody there. Though I did have a couple people that did actually come to see me, and that was nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know how that feels. Yeah, I know how that feels. So now, when you go to play out, since you've had your first 3 gigs, these are your first 3 gigs this year.
Yeah.
So when you did your first gig, I mean, you don't realize, but you're a veteran now. So you've played your gigs. You've broken that gig cherry, so to say. So if you've done this now, when you did your first little gig, what was the things that went through your mind driving to your first gig? I mean, how did it feel going to your first gig, knowing that you had a gig, and then how did it feel afterwards, after it was over?
Oh, first time I was definitely I was nervous. I wanted to make sure that I had everything, had enough songs, because I know you got to have that, and that was fine. Yeah, I had a few songs left over. And then afterwards, when I drove back, and that was after I got the comments and everything, and I just felt really happy, like I finally did it.
It's very cool. It's a nice, liberating feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm
Shows
glad
if you really put your mind to something, no matter what. And I've had people that have doubted me at times, told me that I was never going to do it, but then I did it.
And like we said earlier, same things were said about Jim Morrison and Mick Jagger and Bob Dylan. And look at them now. I mean, that's
they're
crazy.
legends.
Yeah. So I mean, it's you never want someone to try to stomp you from doing what you feel, and music is definitely something that you feel when you're playing. And I know that you must be that way, because I can tell when I watch you play.
Very much. I mean, it's like for me, it's like stepping into another universe. That's what the stage is, really, for me. People they told me at the time, "Oh, how do you do that?" I mean, I could never do it. My own father's even told me that. And I just say it's like stepping into another dimension, and this is your dimension. You can do whatever you want.
It's nice.
I still get nervous.
Oh yeah.
But I roll with it the best way. Yeah. And as for that, I mean, I really love music. I'm very passionate about it, and
I do, and it shows. It shows in your performances. It really does. So
thank you, Scott.
You do a fine job. So I mean, keep it up on that part.
I will.
So since you mentioned Universe, I want to change the subject a little bit. From what I understand, we brushed on it a little bit during as we were talking earlier. The eclipse, which was recently, when we all watched it here in Florida, we were all pleasantly ripped off.
Yes.
So, having said that, you went to actually see it somewhere.
I did.
And where did you go?
I went to Tallulah Falls State Park in the northern corner of Georgia, not far away from Tennessee.
And now, was that a full? Was it dark there?
Yes.
Was it crazy?
It was wonderful. Yeah, coming in, we got in early just as people were showing up, and all throughout the day, I mean, it was just traffic coming in and out, and the road across the way from the entrance, it was packed with cars and everything, people honking.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, now the area that you went to, I'm assuming that it wasn't a populated area, so it must have been like pretty freaky to have that many people in a small area, which is what it was for the entire nation.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, these places that people were watching this were like, I've never had people here.
Yeah, I mean, people really need to get out to nature more, I think.
I totally agree, and I was glad that there was so many people that went to see it, and it's cool. So now, how long was it dark?
It was dark. The darkest it got was like full pitch black at night. That I think lasted about 20-30 seconds. I hardly noticed it because I was looking at the moon and the light reflecting off the sun because it was blocking it out. I mean, I was just staring like this, you know, just wow.
And how cool! How cool!
Yeah.
See, that's what that's what you wanted it to be here. You really wanted to walk outside and see darkness.
Yeah, my mother had to do that.
Weird, and then that
Got to do that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. So. Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, you also brought in a book, and I'm assuming that you have a little bit that you want to tell about this book, which is a great book.
Yeah, that's the autobiography by Graham Nash of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, one of my favorite personal groups that played at the Woodstock Festival in August 1969. I got that book, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Crosby, Stills, and Nash were in town playing at Ruth Eckerd Hall. And I saw that because I'm in Barnes & Noble all the time. I saw that Graham Nash was having a book signing on that day. And I thought, oh, I've never gone to anything like that before, so I decided to do that. I went in there, I got in when the line was just starting to fill up, and I waited for 2 hours. Yeah, that's where he signed it. Now, that was a pretty easy part. And then the pretty much easier part was just going up to Graham Nash himself. He was sitting at the table, and I actually said, "Hello, Mr. Nash."
Oops.
Sorry, Scott.
No, you're fine. Look, see right there. Go ahead.
And it's nice to meet you. And then he looked at me like this, you know, and he smiled and said, "Well, thank you. It's nice to meet you too." And he actually looked at the sticky note and said, "Oh, Evan, nice to meet you, Evan."
Sorry.
And we shook hands. And then after he signed it, you know, before I left, I said, you know, "Have a nice gig," and he called back, "Thanks."
How cool is that?
Yeah.
So it's that's very cool that you had an opportunity to meet like a legend. Much
yeah.
Like that.
Done so much. Just read the book.
Oh yeah.
Got stuff on Neil Young himself, on Stephen Stills and David Crosby, including a very infamous period where David apparently was very much in trouble for for doing some very heavy drugs, which
shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, typical thing in the 60s.
So shocking, a musician doing drugs. If you speaking of musicians, I know that you we brushed on the subject of your influences being the Ramones, and I know the Ramones are one of your main.
I love them.
Yeah, and it was great. I actually got to see them real close up years ago, but.
And you're lucky.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but trust me. But it was a lot of fun. But they're just so far ahead of their time.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there other bands that you have that are influence to you?
Well, the Beatles.
Beatles, cool.
Can't go wrong with
Can't
them.
go wrong with the Beatles. Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially John Lennon.
John Lennon's. He's. If it was really me, I would be John Lennon's like.
Me too. I mean, as far as musical style, I mean, yes, I was very influenced by both the Ramones as far as guitar, of how Johnny, I don't do downstroke except for when I'm covering She's a Punk Rocker, which it's just very briefly during the chord change. But I mean, I couldn't imagine doing that like the whole entire set, the whole entire concert. But also was guitar on that, and then also Lou Reed himself. He influenced me both guitar and vocal too, because people tell me that I sound like him. But at first, though, I really didn't start off as a singer. I was kind of more of I played with backing tracks when I was first playing the open mics at the Witch's Brew.
Oh, okay.
I used to just have the machine sing. I sung a couple songs myself, but for years I didn't think I could sing. And
then you started playing guitar and you found that little comfortable, because you're in your comfort zone now.
Yeah.
I feel like that you found your comfort zone.
That's where Bob Dylan comes in. As soon as I heard him, I was like, man, this guy, I mean, he obviously doesn't have the greatest voice in the world, but he doesn't care. I mean, he's just doing it, and that's the most important thing.
That's the thing.
It's
Yeah,
really
and
putting a soul
and
out.
It's really, like I say, it's not really that he doesn't have the greatest voice. It's just a voice that you have to appreciate. I don't feel like that he has a bad voice. I don't really feel like that anybody that can sing has a bad voice. I feel like that everybody is actually just projecting a message, and you just got to be able to hear it. And, their
That's what I'm doing.
That's all it comes down to. So, you said that you mentioned a lot of classic artists. Is there any like new artists that you're fond of? Is there somebody that you've heard new music, whether it be genre of country or anything, that you're like, oh, you know what, that guy's really good?
Well, I do have another band that I like that they're more recent. They're called the Lumineers.
Yes, I do know that.
I love Ophelia, and I've actually been trying to for a while learn Sleep on the Floor, because I feel like I could try and do it. Haven't found it yet, but I'm trying though.
That's very cool. Yeah, it's just a matter of kind of playing. You could do like me, you just learn a song and then just figure out how to do it, how to screw it up so you can play it. That's what I do with my songs. So
yeah, that's a good way.
So that's cool. That's very cool. Very cool. So do you have any other gigs coming up?
Not yet. But I do have
going
a couple
into the
of places
holidays
in mind.
and stuff. So the holidays kind of, you never know what happens around the holidays. You always get that crazy, somebody or something that wants you to come around for the Thanksgiving or the Halloween thing.
I've sent a few emails out and trying to get my cards as much as possible. There is one place though that I'm very interested in. That's down in St. Pete. There's an independent bookstore, excuse me, called 321 Books, if I remember it correctly, and they're actually looking for some musicians to play there.
There is a place in Indian Rocks called Indian Shores Coffee.
Indian Shores Coffee?
Yeah.
Coffee house?
Yeah, it's a coffee house. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not.
You should
Please
check
tell.
that place out. Tell them that the pirate sent you.
Oh, I will. I like coffee houses.
Yeah, they're great.
For some reason, I just feel more at home in coffee houses than bars. No offense to any bars or anything.
I totally get that. So, what do you do on your off time when you're not playing guitar and you're not writing songs and you're not doing anything musical? What is it that's fun for you when you're not playing music?
Well, I got a couple things that I do. I mean, one is that, going back to books.
I know you read a lot.
I do, and believe it or not,
I admire that so much because I can barely read the instructions on the medicines that I'm taking.
You don't read for enjoyment?
I am so horrible at it. Don't start lecturing me now.
Oh, it's just a matter of, Scott, of just reading something that you like.
Look, I told you, I had trouble
about that
reading.
pirate book?
Yes, I have read I read a couple pirate, and it's funny because I am very into history, and I do read things about things that I kind of find interesting. But I'm so old that I fall asleep when I read. And I have trouble getting through like 4 or 5 games of Words with friends. It's really sad. But, when you get to be my age, you'll understand.
Oh, man,
but other than
that,
no. So I know you read and stuff, but do you do something like, do you go out and do anything activities-wise?
I have a number of things I do, like, just on the side. I like to go to the park at times. I'm not much of a beach person. I'm more
right. You're more of an outdoors person, like the trails and the nature walks.
Yeah,
and stuff.
because it's really wonderful.
Have you been over to East Lake where the deer are?
East Lake?
Yeah,
I have not.
There's a park over there, and I can't think of the name of the park.
Oh, here's
right
a nice
off East Lake near the.
You ever heard of John Chestnut Park in Oldsmar?
That's the one you're talking about.
Is that it?
Yeah, John
That's
Chestnut's.
it.
Yeah, I was there a couple of years ago. I didn't get to stay long because something happened to me while I was walking near the
you weren't
creek
attacked
that
by
was
a deer,
there.
were you?
I wasn't attacked by a deer. I was attacked by something though.
What?
I was attacked by either it was a hawk or a falcon, something like that. But it was a predatory bird that had a nest, I guess, in a tree, and it just all of a sudden flew down. I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And then it got this part of my head. It was only because I was wearing longer hair that I didn't have to go for stitches, but I was actually bleeding and everything.
How crazy is that?
I don't know. I guess maybe it mistake me for an oversized raccoon or something.
Well, it's not that shocking. When and I don't mean to break into this story, but my son, Brandon, I'm telling the story. When my son was like 3, maybe 2, 3 years old, we were going out to the dumpster and he was on one of those little big wheels. He's riding his big wheel going to the dumpster in front of me, and he was in front of me. And I kid you not, a hawk flew down close to him and then didn't decide to pick him up, and he was in front of me. And all I could think of was if this thing had picked Brandon up, because it was big enough. But I'm not sure it would have gotten too far.
No.
But I just thought, like, what would I do? What would you do? Because, you know, if the bird had actually gotten him into a certain height, you don't want him to drop him.
Nope.
And then you don't really want to get him up to a certain height, because if he couldn't get him up, it's just going to rip his shoulder out. There was 1,000 things that went through my head. But obviously he didn't get him. And,
No.
you know, Brandon's fine now. Thank you. But anyways, back to that. How are we doing on time over there, Paula?
We have 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the interview portion. So.
Perfect. And now you've got another song coming up, right?
Yes, I do.
How many songs have you wrote?
I've written about 3 or 4, and then there's only 2 that currently I'm performing because I feel like they are really good and everything. The rest, I like them.
You're still playing with them and trying to get them to where you're comfortable, or
no, I just dropped them. I mean, I've still got them somewhere.
Well,
I just stopped them because I ended up not liking them. But
No.
I'm trying though. I'm always trying to write songs. Although at least I've got a couple now, so I guess I could be unofficially a songwriter.
Oh, easily. It's not that down here in Florida, you can throw a rock in 1,000 directions and hit somebody and write songs. Okay, so you got another song up for us,
Yes,
right?
I do.
What's this next song you got playing?
Redheaded Lover.
I like the name of that. It almost sounds like a drink that I would probably drink. But that's just me because I think about alcohol constantly. So if you want to go ahead and get ready while you're getting ready, do we get any comments on the page or anything?
Okay, so I've been hunting back and forth. He needs something from me, man.
Yeah.
So I've been skipping back and forth to a couple Facebook pages, and so far, Luann has commented that she likes the new background.
Luann is my mom.
I figured.
Yes, hi, Mom.
And then I can't seem to find any other comments, but lots of shares.
Yeah, well, Mom is out.
Watching,
It's good that my mom is out there watching, and I appreciate that. And I want to say, I do want to give a shout out to Scott and Corey. Hi, how are you? Even though I know they're not watching. And I also wanted to give a shout out to WZIG Radio. They wanted me to say hi to them because they may be watching. And hi, Ziggy. That's the name of the radio station. It's run by a dog in Snappers Comedy Club. Yeah. And
that one.
It's kind of a fun place. I met the guy Paul today. It's a great guy. Okay, so Evan, you ready for a song?
I'm ready, Freddy.
Okay, let's hit it. Evan French, one more time.
The way you seem so wonderful, making way to my table. I don't know what you're capable, but you're so beautiful. You're my red-headed lover in blue sparkling dress. Your feet that hover, red-headed lover. You're the one I love best. The way you took me by the hand, led me right in front of the band, led me in a moving dance, feeding my romance. 'Cause you're my red-headed lover in the blue sparkling dress. Your feet that hover, red-headed lover. You're the one I love best. Woke up all alone, no sign of where you went. I thought I won you over with the flowers that I sent. 'Cause you're my red-headed lover in the blue sparkling dress. Your feet that hover, red-headed lover. You're the one I love best.
Awesome. Very good. Very good.
All right.
So
thanks
we're-
much, everybody.
So we're down to the last little bit here. Before I go, I did want to mention where I am playing this week. Thursday, you can catch me at Hilton, Clearwater.
Pick a
Friday
name.
at Gators. Don't say that.
Pick a name. Any name.
I know.
Where can we
Thursday at
catch you?
Hilton. Thursday at the Hilton, Clearwater Beach.
Okay.
Friday at Gators. Saturday, I'm playing 2 gigs. From 1 to 3, I'll be at the Still House, and then from 6 to 10, I'll be at the Sandbar on Dunedin Causeway. Sunday, I'll be at Jimmy Hula's, and Monday, I'll be back at Gators for a Labor Day weekend show. Don't sue me, Jimmy Buffett. Okay, so other than that, I have also been informed, and I want to say hi and thank you to Paula Reed. She's been doing such a great job helping me behind the scenes, and also want to give a shout out because you have 3 nominations for a short movie that you did.
3, wow.
Was that and what is the movie?
The name of it?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. Interning with Dad, I think is the name of it.
Interning with Dad?
Yeah, it was a family film. I could do quotations.
I'm hoping
marks,
so,
But I have no
because-
camera on me, so that's okay.
Very cool. And you got nominated. There's a nomination for a Best Actor, Best Music, and Best Writing. Is that right?
It is.
And was it the music was Dash?
Yep, John Dash did our original score, and then I think the actor nomination went to Pat Gagny. So
Very cool.
because he was amazing, along with all of our other awesome actors and actresses. Because actually, Stacey Dennison, who does Mix and Mingle, was in that movie.
Can they see the movie somewhere?
They will eventually. There's certain rules about when we can release it, so I'm just waiting.
Dig. Well, that's very cool. I'm so proud of you that that you do other things other than shout at me from a distance. Also, I want to thank Von Reed for allowing me to once again invade VPN Studios for another season of Island Time. Now, don't forget to stay tuned later on in VPN Foundation. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. There's VPN Foundation has shows tonight, On Time Cooking, when the mayor of Tarpon Springs will be the special guest commentator sitting here, and you can see him live. Also with Dash and Sarasota Slim closing the show with some blues rock and roll this evening, and we're going to be cooking some sort of a Greek cuisine. I believe we don't know exactly what it is yet, but I'm sure it's Greek. But we'll be fine with that, with what it is. And meal prep with Steph, and mix and mingle with Stacey Dennison. So with other that, I want to thank Evan French for joining me. Thank you, Evan.
You're welcome.
And once again, also next week we're going to have Ashley Mosteller. I'm hoping that I'm saying that last name.
We can just take a bet. I don't know.
But I think that's right. But Ashley, next week we're going to have a comedian. She's a comedian, so she's going to tell us some funny stories. So it's going to be an interesting show next week, so make sure you tune in next week. 7 o'clock, Island Time, VPN Foundation. Until then, aloha.
Excellent. Rolling end credits, kids.
Special presentation produced by VPN Foundation, Central Florida. Preserving, streaming, and continuing the legacy of original music in Florida. Benefiting art education for children.
Hey, hello everyone. This is Von Boulevard Reed, producer of On Time Cooking. There I go. And then I have John Dash Dixon as our maestro here, Bernadette Brown as well as a commentator, Diego Barragan still with us as our commentator, and we have Scott Ramsey representing Code Ram today. And as always, our host, Haley Schnell. Hey Haley, how are you doing
I'm
today?
good, how are you?
Very good. So I'm gonna let you run the show.
Okay.
Say hi to our new guy here.
It's the pirate, he's back.
Yeah, he's back with another hat today. So, what are you cooking today?
I am going to be cooking some Italian-inspired dishes. I'm going to start with a deconstructed bruschetta and then a creamy pesto chicken pasta. So without further ado, I'm gonna get started. And the first thing that I want to get started on is the bruschetta, because I want to pop this in the fridge and let it marinate a little bit with the olive oil and the garlic just to get the really intense flavor. So I'm gonna start with some fresh basil. This is already washed too. And my favorite way to cut basil is to just kind of grab a couple pieces and roll it, just to not bruise it. And then I just kind of cut it like this. Smells so good. Basil's like my favorite herb to cook with.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah? Do you have any fun facts for us tonight?
Got a pretty fun fact, I guess.
Okay.
Go ahead.
How big do you think they can get? How tall? Basil plant.
I mean,
They can get tall.
big.
Yeah.
51 inches.
Yeah,
That's like
that's
almost 5 feet.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's taller than I am.
That's like, yeah, I would say that's like almost as tall as
Like
me.
a bush.
More for me. I'm
More
good.
of a tree.
Yeah, sounds like it, right?
Also tonight, if you like what I'm doing, make sure to give me a 5.
because they don't sell them up there.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
they don't?
No.
Oh,
no.
I didn't even know that.
My sister is a bartender up there, and they don't have them anywhere in the restaurant.
Wow.
But they come down here, and they know what rum runners are.
Speaking of rum runner, you said the magic word. Our sponsor, Code Rum, I just want to say thank you to them real quick, and huzzah, the pirate speak. Anyway, sorry to distract. It's kind of like Pee-wee's Playhouse, where there's like the magic word, you know?
Yep.
So, Sarah, tell me, what is your favorite drink to make?
My favorite drink to make? I love making martinis.
Yeah?
Martinis would have to be my favorite drink.
Like a regular martini or like the lemon drop like you made?
Any kind of martini. Just the classiness of it, the way that it's presented. And if you're good at making martinis, you know how to make a perfect martini without shaking it too much and adding it too much water to it. Because if you shake it too much, the ice will condense and it'll water down your martini, and people don't like that when they drink martinis.
Definitely.
So,
like, you know, people think that, you know, martinis are just, you shake it and that's it, but there is an actual science to it.
It's an art.
There's an internal count that you have when you're shaking that, you know, you're like, well, if I shake it 1 count too much, it's going to be too watery. If 1 count too less.
I worked at a fish restaurant, and a guy actually told me that he wanted his shaken only 10 times, and he was going to listen for all the 10 shakes.
Whoa.
So when it comes to martinis, I guess it's serious business.
People take their martinis very seriously.
Yeah. Yes.
Especially James Bond.
Uh-huh.
So, Sarah, moving into what your preferences are, what is because I'm always curious, like when someone is a bartender for a living and they're shaking drinks all day, mixing drinks all day, what do they order when they go out? So what is your like go-to drink when you go out?
It depends on where I'm at. If I'm out to dinner or something, I'll get a Tangerine tonic but I have to get 2 limes with it.
Okay, all right.
But if it's anywhere else, if I go out, I'm watching a football game or something, I'm drinking beer.
Yeah, I mean, you have to drink beer when you're watching a game. It's just, it goes hand in hand.
Yep.
But it's funny that you said that about the 2 limes, because I'm kind of the same way. If I go out and I get like a vodka soda, I'm like, I must have 3 limes.
Yeah.
Not 1 more, not 1 less.
Nope.
3 limes. And what's your favorite go-to drink at home? Like,
beer.
Beer?
Beer.
What kind?
Probably Stella.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. The champagne of beers, if you will.
Yeah.
So, right now, if you're watching, as you know, if you're a Floridian, you know that Florida is under hurricane watch for Hurricane Irma. And God willing, it won't hit us. But that leads me to, you know, thinking about hurricanes and you being from Indiana. Have you experienced a hurricane party?
Yeah. It wasn't as serious as what we're going through now, but it was proper to have a hurricane party last year, yeah.
I think now with this storm, it's like everyone, you know, has skipped the hurricane party preparations and just gone to straight hurricane preparations.
I went straight to hurricane party preparations.
I mean, I did too, to be honest. So, speaking of which, if you had to throw your own hurricane party, what would be the vital ingredients? Like, what would be in your hurricane kit for a hurricane party?
Well, I can tell you what I have at home right now. Vodka, gin, tequila, and beer.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
So are you like
and
drinking
wine.
them straight?
White wine and red wine.
Okay. Well, you have to have both. I mean, you drink
never
the white
know what
until
somebody's
the power
gonna
goes
want.
out.
Yeah.
You drink the white till the power goes out, and then when the power goes out, you have the red.
Yep.
So are you drinking the gin and the vodka straight, or are you making drinks?
Oh no, I have tonic. With the vodka, I have juice and iced tea.
Okay.
Or
I think it
Red Bull. Red Bull always works with
Red
cherry
Bull.
vodka. I mean.
Well, you have to stay up to watch the weather reports. It makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think when you stop using the mix, it's like how dire the storm gets. Like once the storm gets closer, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna start doing straight shots.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So this is a question that I ask all of my guests on the show. Describe your ideal bar in 3 words.
Fast, fun, and friendly.
Oh, the 3 Fs.
The 3 Fs, yeah.
So by fast, do you mean like the speed in which you get your drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when you go to a bar, there's nothing worse than when you're sitting there and the bartender sees you and never comes up and asks you,